Hi! Here in Chapter 4 I'm hoping to cover mostly the VSLAs that Oasis run. VSLA stands for Village Savings and Loans Associations, and they're like credit unions with up to 30 members each. They all sign up to a constitution that they agree among themselves, which gives a real sense of belonging and ownership. So 30 people on the VSLA, that can be 300 people out in the community. NGOs across the developing world are really using these a lot, so Oasis is not alone. So the VSLAs meet every week, and they receive financial training. Each group has got a couple of bookkeepers, for example, and they are financially accountable to one another. At the end of the year, any profits that the group has made together get shared out among the members. They're all encouraged to buy shares in the scheme, and each VSLA has a number of pots of money, one of which is to support enterprises, but there's also a social pot as well, which will be available if somebody's sick, or there'll be an agreement about what happens when somebody's sick or what support they're given. At the moment, Oasis runs 7 credit unions like this in Kampala, and there are plans to open more. In Mbali there are 16 groups, each one is a bit smaller, 15 people per group, just a slightly different model. And in Padere, at the moment, I think there are 6 groups of 30, but there are plans to open another 12 this year. Each weekly meeting follows a structure, but they can also receive wider training for things like life skills, health, good hygiene, cookery skills. These are all things that are picked up at these savings clubs as well, so they do form a real hub. So yeah, a sustainable thing. They become autonomous in about 1 year. Right, so we're on our way to the savings group. This is Justine. Justine runs the 5 schemes here in Kampala?
We have 7 groups.
7 groups right now in Kampala, so we're off to the first meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the secretary, we've got the chairman there. I think we've got the treasurer down there somewhere. Excellent. And a couple of bookkeepers over here.
Yes. Money counters.
Money counters.
Yes.
Big job.
Nasaka. Twebaze. Katushabe.
So this is a savings book. Every member has one of these, and it shows how much they've put into the green pot over here. Yeah. And that money's only used to give loans to other members of the group. Sorry, so the middle of the book here is about the loans, and somebody can take a loan out in proportion to the shares that they bought.
Yes.
Okay, so we've just had the cash collected through the savings scheme. Only the money counters are allowed to handle the cash. Now you can see over there that the money's being recorded. All seems to be working like a well-oiled machine so far. So the lady here in yellow is the welfare officer for this group currently. Are each of the roles elected each term? Or each?
Yes, they have to elect democratically. They use a secret ballot to elect the committee.
Yeah.
The committee consists of 5 people.
Yeah.
The chairperson, the secretary, the treasurer, and 2 money counters.
Yeah. And how often are those changed?
After a cycle.
Or at each cycle? And there's 2 or 3 cycles per year?
They can, yeah, I think 2.
And at the end of the year, those profits are shared out among the whole group in line with the number of shares that they've bought throughout the cycle. So in that way, everybody gets to share in the profits of the scheme in line with
After the welfare, they have the savings, but each line will go according to your line. So this is the page for fines. They record the fines here.
Yeah, so at the moment people are asking for welfare funds. There's some negotiating going on with the group. All seems to be working very well. I'm making you look at me to, keep this confidential on the internet.
Kasita wiiki zo 2 ziggwako, wiiki zonna ezisigaddeyo oba ogenda kusasula ki? Fayini ya 1,000 n'olwekyo olina okuzza ssente ezo mangu mu wiiki ezi baleme kukuba fayini. Okitegeera?
So there's quite a lot of interest in the fact that people are getting fined and the group's making profit.
Yes, but she's not contented because she says she took only 9,000. Now how come she's paying 1,000 per week?
I mean, once the constitution is signed, there is no place for leniency
Yes.
for people. I can see some people here are quite upset.
Yeah.
But if one person is given leniency, everybody expects it, and the whole thing crumbles.
Yeah.
So,
So we have to follow the rules.
but that's part of the education of the group. Yeah.
We're now at the part of the meeting where people are buying their shares.
So we're just saying in this group, normally at this stage, we'd go around and see who wants to take loans, but because this group is within 3 months of the end of the cycle, there are no loans that can be given out. The group just collects money for the last few months and then it shares out the profits. So at the moment, people are just working out the loans books, 10% applied to any outstanding balance. And actually these groups tend to generate so much interest that actually you can see the two chaps at the back of the room have just shown up on spec here today, hoping to come and talk to the ladies. But they're quite wary, the women, and they're quite savvy. So you know, they were asked to step outside for a little while, and now they're going to come and talk to us for a few minutes, I think.
So here we are, this is the church where the savings programme takes place. It's right near the Oasis Centre in Kampala, and that's where we've just been. Is somebody just guarding the place outside? Seems very pleased. Hello! Yay! Oh, somebody else there. Hello! No, doesn't want to wave. Okay, so an extraordinary loan has been awarded, which has just been agreed and is coming out of the box. It's being entered in the books. So I was just asking the question about what the business is here.
Okay, she sells bananas, the green plantain.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, she gets from wholesalers, then
Yep.
she sells retail.
Okay,
Yeah, she gets one sack, which
Yeah.
is around 130,000, which she has taken. So she's going to get one sack, and she sells on retail.
hi Justine. So we're visiting, is it Margaret?
Yes.
I couldn't pronounce her name, so you might need to help with that. Lamine. Okay, good, thank you. Good. And Margaret belongs to the savings group, the VSLA.
Yes, VSLA called Mukisa Group.
Yeah, good. So we've come to visit Margaret at her house. So hello, this is Margaret. Say hello, Margaret. Yeah, good. And you're okay? Good. Margaret is a member of the savings group here in Kampala, the VSLA, and you know, came along to the meeting yesterday. Yeah.
She's been rearing chicken,
Yeah.
but although she has stopped a bit because her husband is a bit sick. She takes the chicken to Kalere market for sale.
Yeah.
She also has cows.
Yes, those are your cows. I saw those outside. And do you find the savings group useful?
She has benefited so much because she has a big child who is now in university, at the university, and that group has supported her to pay.
In your family, there's you and your husband. There's Isaiah, who's joined us over here, and your daughter.
Muri bameka gwe omwami Isaiah n'omwana.
Ninawo abaana omulenzi ndoza mulabye omulala abadde awo naye nga ababeera awaka walabirira.
Yeah, she lost 2 sons, and those sons left grandchildren. With that, so she also looks after those grandchildren.
So you found the savings group useful, and you would recommend it to other people?
She has been telling other people about how she has benefited, and she has been telling them, and many people are really interested in joining.
Good. Well, thank you very much for letting me into your house and answering some questions.
Yeah, education is very expensive, but for a family Margaret, is to be able to pay tuition for a child up to university. It's really a miracle, and they're really proud of that. And because of the VSLAs, that's why they are able to support their children through education. Actually, the number of dropouts has gone down, school dropouts.
But within the people in that
Within the people
VSLA
in
group.
the VSLA, because at
Yeah.
least now they can get loans and keep their savings for school fees, and they can support their children in school.
Yes.
No, not at all.